Okay, highs and lows of the trip. What was your high?
My high was probably walking through all the boulders.
The boulders?
And the boulder field.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
I loved it. I thought that was really neat, even though, I mean, stepping over all the
Yeah.
rocks, it was really cool. Yeah.
And your low?
Digging out of a puddle and then 3 in the morning.
Oh,
in a
yeah,
thunderstorm.
yeah, I didn't even mention. Okay, so my high is definitely the waterfalls. Love the waterfalls. Low was day 2 and all the rocks, and I fell, so my fall. But I didn't even mention our hailstorm that we lived through last night. That was a good memory. Okay, we have made it to Turner Bend Outfitters. Shauna is getting her pack ready. The shuttle driver will be driving our van to the trailhead at Ozone, and then we'll be hiking from Ozone back to Fane Creek, where we left off last time we were on the Ozark Highlands Trail. So we're super excited. We have great weather. It's about in the 60s. I think it's supposed to get down in the 40s for tonight. So it should be a great trip. See you on the trail. Well, Shauna and I are dudded up in our orange. Hopefully no hunter is able to miss us on the trail today. So we are all ready to go and to get started. We are at the Ozone, right? Ozone trailhead, and we are headed west to Fane Creek, which is where we ended off last time. So let's get going. Okay, Shauna made this look super easy. This is our first water crossing, so I'm gonna see if I can rock hop it. My legs aren't quite as long, but I don't know, man. That's a long jump. Yay! No casualties. That's what I came over. Doesn't look that bad. Here's my campsite for the night, and I really hope that holds well because I have a little bit of a fall. I'm kind of hanging high up, but that's those only trees that I could find that were the right distance. And then Shauna's back there, and we are heading up this hill to find a place to throw our bear line.
Was that as far away?
I think so, yeah. Oh, look at you! Yay! See? Success.
Yay, okay.
Good morning. This is day 2 of our Ozark Highlands Trail trip, and I was just going to give you a night report. I had one gear failure yesterday, my alcohol stove, which I've tested out at home twice and worked fine. I could not get it to light last night at all. I tried everything, and I'm not quite sure what I was doing wrong. Luckily Shauna had her stove, so we used that. But you do what you gotta do. So I'm kind of disappointed in that alcohol stove right now, but hopefully it was user error and I can figure it out, because I think it's a great option. And I want to see what I can do to make that work. Okay, we are on to day 2 now, and immediately we are going uphill. We had a little bit of a steep climb right away, and now it's kind of leveled off. It's pretty rocky. Constantly have to be watching out for your footing and where you step. The shuttle driver that brought us here said that last week he had to come pick up a guy that fell down on trail and injured himself, broke his glasses and whatnot, and we certainly don't want to have any of those kind of injuries, so we are taking our time. We have about 15 miles to get done today. We were supposed to do 6 yesterday, but we came to a campsite that was around 4, and it was near water, and so we decided to go ahead and camp there because it got dark early and we still had to make dinner and hang our bear bag, and we just didn't want to do that in the dark. So the campsite last night was nice. It was on water. It was really rocky. So again, watching our footing and getting in and out of the hammock, had to be super careful. So we are planning on the rest of our nights trying to stay at designated campsites, because from what I remember last time on the OHT, their campsites are really nice. They have created chairs out of stone slabs, nice fire pits. So I think it'll be a better camping experience at the designated campsite. It's pretty brushy on this trail. Shauna was just saying that she can't imagine doing this in the summer because it's pretty overgrown where we're at, you know. So I don't know. I'm hoping that we can come back in the spring and maybe tackle the last 80 miles on the east end. Maybe we'll see if Brad can come with us. But anyway, before I fall down trying to climb over logs and rocks, I'm gonna put this away. But it's a beautiful morning, perfect temperatures. Yeah, I feel great. Didn't sleep the best, but first night out, it's always that way. And I also forgot my Benadryl, which is important for me to get a good night's sleep. So.
Yes. Nice push up, Jen.
All those planks. Okay, your turn.
Oh, lovely.
Ooh, I don't know. It's your pad that's catching.
I don't think.
You gonna crawl over or go down?
I might just go.
Okay.
There. Baby. Maybe pick it.
Yeah. Can't go over it. Can't go under it. I go through it. Now you're going over it. Do not fall.
Boy, I'm a little lopsided heavy.
Woo! We made it. Yeah. Enjoy the rewards. Yeah. I don't know if I can really see the water. Okay, we are about, I honestly don't know how many miles we're in already. It's so slow going because there's so many rocks with leaves over them, and you're going so slow to try to protect yourself. Overall, we've had 2, I think, climbs, and I don't think they were that bad, to be honest. There were some steeper sections, but then they'd kind of level off and give you a break before they hit another incline. For the most part, it's been just a walk in the woods. That waterfall we just saw was one of the first, like, real big scenic features on the trail. Most of it's just been woods walking, which is kind of nice this time of year, because there's no leaves on the trees. But if you're going to do this section from Ozone to Fane Creek, or Fane Creek to Ozone, and you're going to go mid-November, budget extra time in your schedule on how many miles and whatnot, because the leaves really do cause a stumbling risk, and also it gets dark so much earlier and light so much later, so you have less time, and the time you do have, it's taking you longer to hike those miles. So that's something to think about, to plan to do less mileage than you normally would. Because honestly, our goal was 15, but I don't know if we're going to make it today. We might have to stop short and just pick up. I did have a couple extra a day that I'd only planned to do 6 miles, so we can do some adjustments there, but we'll see. I'm hoping that these rocks kind of go away for a while and we can make up some ground. This right here is the best part of the day. Coffee in the hammock, listening to the water. I can see that Shauna's up. We have a low mileage day today. We are planning on only 7 miles, so we're going to lollygag here at the campsite this morning. This is my coffee koozie. This keeps my coffee warm. It's made with some duct tape that says, "Deal with it." These little dill pickles. Deal with it. That's a good motto for me this trip, because this trip's been trying. I haven't had to really flex some mental muscles for this trip, because I've had a gear failure. Struggled with staying warm. It's just been a difficult trip, and we're probably going to end up having to cut our mileage plan down. and getting off trail early just because I don't think we can get it done in the time that we have to get it done. So making that decision's actually been a little bit freeing, so that we can kind of slow our pace, enjoy ourselves, stop and look around instead of just go, 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 which is what we were doing earlier in the day because we thought, oh my gosh, we're not going to be able to get all these miles in. So once we made that decision, it's like a big weight was off of our shoulders, and we could stop and explore and take pictures and look around, and it's been a lot more pleasant of a trip so far. It's all one big experiment.
I know, right?
That's what I keep trying to tell myself. On the hike today, or yesterday, I was thinking to myself, okay, there's no, what's the saying? Like, there's no failures, only success and lessons.
Yep.
And so this trip has been a bunch of lessons for me. This is the view out of my hammock. I'm just sitting here and enjoying my coffee, listening to the water. Day 3. So far, trail is better than yesterday. Less rocks. Pretty good incline so far this morning, but it wasn't too awful. I didn't think it was too bad.
Pretty awful.
Lots of blowdowns, lots of obstacle course crawling over trees and whatnot, but all right. We are at mile probably 68.
This is nice walking.
This is awesome. We are in a big old forest full of pine trees and some golden leaves, and the ground is, like astroturf. Oh, it's so pretty. Actually, so far day 3 has been so much better than day 2. From 72 moving west, some really scenic areas and a lot easier walking. It's just gorgeous. So we're on day 4 now, and so far it's been relatively easy, mostly downhill, really flat walking, not a lot of rocks. Great day. Weather's perfect. It's supposed to rain later today, so we'll see. We don't know when. We did just pass some really cool overlooks. I'll throw some pictures in so you can see what I'm talking about, but really great views. Each little section we've done has offered some neat things to look at. Yesterday was lots of waterfalls. Today we've had the overlook views. And we're only, I don't know, 3 or 4 miles into the day so far. So one thing that every section does have is a lot of these blowdowns. Tons of those. So it's like an obstacle course. Last night we stealth camped at around mile 63, I think. And it worked out just perfect. We stopped at mile 65 and cooked our dinner at a water source. Filled up our water and then hiked a few more miles. Stopped at 63 and then just had a little snack. Hung our stuff, put our tent and hammock up and went to bed. So when there's not the designated campsite with the fire pit and all that, we just didn't really want to sit around too much. So we did our enjoyable sitting down for dinner a few miles earlier, and it was warmer that way. Sorry, I was like, it was warmer, and we had water there. We didn't have water at our stealth site, but we knew that was going to be the scenario, so we brought some in. One thing, shoot, I just stepped on him.
What was it?
That we've seen a ton of on this trail are walking sticks. A ton of them, and Shauna's not a fan of the walking stick. I think I've seen about 7 or 8 so far, and 2 of them were kind of hanging out together. We're not quite sure what they were doing, but anyway, let's see, anything else I can say about, not really, but this day, hiking-wise, has been, I don't want to jinx myself, so I'll say it hasn't been awful. Anyway, I'm going to put the camera away, and I will bring it out if we run into something cool. I'm going to move. Is your walking stick? Oh, slam down the travel. Okay, if you are hiking on the Ozark Highlands Trail and you're looking for a campsite, I highly recommend this one at mile 59. I mean, look at that. You got a view, great fire pit, you got recliners here, nice open spot for tents, good trees for hammocks. There goes one deer. This is the Mulberry River. Come out of trail and you have to cross over a little bridge. Checking for bear.
Always.
Hail. It's hailing. Okay, so Shauna and I just got off trail and we're gonna do a little post-hike recap. So, thoughts?
Day one.
Day one was short, sweet.
Uphill.
4 miles. Yeah,
Lots of uphill.
lots of uphill, rocks. Wasn't real thrilled with our campsite.
Yeah.
It was really rocky and cold, but wasn't too bad. Day 2 was hard. That was not my fun day. That was from, so we started, day 1 was from mile 86 to mile 82, and we camped at mile 82. Day 2 was from mile 82 to mile 72, and that nearly did me in.
Yeah.
Whew, that was a rough day. The campsite at mile 72 was really nice. Good water
Yeah.
source.
Yeah.
I don't really have a whole lot else. I mean, there wasn't a lot of scenic stuff, but day 3 and 4 knocked our socks
Yeah.
off with things to see. Lots of waterfalls, lots of big boulders, views,
Gorgeous.
vistas.
Yeah.
I mean, just
Turn a corner and it's a new environment.
yeah, lots
Yeah.
of different terrain and things to see. Yeah, so overall a great hike. I highly recommend this section on the OHT. Really, so far every section I've done on the OHT is just beautiful, other than that first from 86 to 72. I'm not a fan of that section,
No.
but it could be just the time of year because all those rocks were covered with leaves. But
There were a lot more campsites and a lot more water sources than are on gut hooks.
yeah, if you're using gut hooks, I highly recommend you buy the actual OHT map because the one that you can purchase will have a lot more information than gut hooks. Gut hooks doesn't give all of the water sources or campsites, and we missed out on some pretty neat campsites. And I mentioned them in the video that I highly recommend that weren't marked on gut hooks. So don't trust gut hooks for water source information. Favorite meal on the trail?
Oh, the turkey dinner made
Thanksgiving
with chicken. Yes.
Yep, that was mine. Favorite breakfast?
Oh, definitely your oatmeal with the coconut.
Coconut,
Oh my gosh.
oil,
and
and pineapple oatmeal. Yep, that was my favorite too. Thanks for watching. Anything else?
No.
No.
Great trip. Thank you.
Good trip.
Yeah.
Bye.